The Maidenhair stitch is a variation on the feather stitch. I have just marked one line as a guide for my center. I'm going to come up on the line, and it doesn't really matter whether you start going to the right or to the left. Take your pick. And we're working down on this line. So I'm coming across, and I'm going to take a short diagonal stitch. I'm going to go down outside my line, come back up on the line, and my thread's going to be under my needle. I'm going to pull up. So if you're not super familiar with the feather stitch, just kind of imagine working a blanket stitch on an angle. With the Maidenhair, we're doing a group of 3 stitches where the tops are parallel all the way across the top. So I'm going to go back down up here on the top, parallel to where this second top is. I'm going to angle back down and come up on the center line, and you can decide how steep of angle you want. I'm keeping the thread under my needle, pull up, and then I need one more stitch, so it's going to again come out here parallel to the tops of my first 2, come up on the line. My thread is under the line, and you feel free to move your hoop around. It's a little bit harder for me to do when I'm on camera. And pull up. And now I alternate to the other side. So I'm going to go take my short one first. I'm going to come up however far out I want that short one to be. And I'm kind of keeping my stitch lengths regular here in the middle. You don't have to. I'm going to come up on my center line. Thread is under the needle. Pull up. And then I'm going to go back down, parallel with this stitch, just over a little ways. Angle, come back up on that center line. Thread is under the needle. Pull up. I'm going to once again go down parallel to those 2 stitches, angle my needle, come up on my center line, threads below the needle, and pull up. And then I just go back to the other side. Again, my short one is first, so I'm going to go down wherever I want the top of that row of feathers or maidenhair to be. Going to come back up on the center line. Thread was under the needle, then parallel to that first stitch, up on the center line. Thread is under the needle, pull up, and again my third one parallel to the top of these guys, pull up, and then just switch over to the other side and keep repeating this. I'm going down wherever I want the top of my group of stitches to be, and this is my short one, so not out too far. I'm going to come up on my center line, thread is under the needle, pull up, parallel to the top, back up on the center line, threads under the needle. Again, my third one, lining up the tops, pull up, and then I just go back over to the other side. So if I wanted to, I could have them at less of an angle, so I could be going more out straighter. I'm gonna keep this one regular, fairly regular. And just always trying to keep the top of my groups of 3 even, parallel. And I'm coming up on the center line, thread's always under the needle when I come up on the center line, and then over to the other side. And when I'm finished with my line, I can either just tack it down right over that loop, or I could go down a little bit further and tack it down so that gives me kind of a stem at the bottom. And that is the Maidenhair stitch.